Parashat Vayetchanan, Moshe Rabbenu is begging Hashem to enter Eretz Israel. And all the commentators are puzzled, why didn't Hashem listen to Moshe Rabbenu? After all these 40 years, after everything he did for Bnei Israel, he just had a simple request, I want to enter the land of Israel. It sounds so cruel because of one mistake. But Moshe Rabbenu says, Vayitaber Hashem bi lemanchem. God did not listen to my prayers. Lemanchem is not because of you, it is for you, for your sake, for your benefit. Lemanchem. Like we say, Lema'ancha Hashem Elokeinu, Hoshana Lema, it's for your sake, for the sake of Bnei Israel. I think the explanation is very simple. And it has amazing implication to the way we educate our children. Moshe Rabbenu was an amazing shepherd, was an amazing leader, and he was the only one who had the ability to take Bnei Israel out of Egypt and bring them to the entrance of the land of Israel. But there was one issue with Moshe Rabbenu. The issue was his greatness. Chazal are saying, when discussing the difference between Moshe Rabbenu and Yoshua bin Nun, Pnei Moshe kachama, Pnei Yoshua kelevana. The face of Moshe Rabbenu is illuminating like the sun. However, the face of Yoshua bin Nun are like the moon. The sun, the light of the sun is not greater than the moon. But when the sun is shining, there's no room for the stars. It is overwhelming. The stars are disappearing. Yoshua bin Nun is like the moon. It's a different source of light, much less than the sun. But Yoshua bin Nun, when the moon is shining, the stars can also rise and shine. The moon has the ability to empower the different stars. Moshe Rabbenu, when we were slaves, when we did not have independence and did not have choice and did not have power, we needed someone like the sun to take us out of Egypt. But now, entering the land of Israel, creating independence, conquering the land, building and settling the land, what Bnei Israel need more than anything else is independence, self-growth, empowerment. They need a different sort of leader that would be able to empower them, to help each star shine and bring his light or her light to the world. When Moshe Rabbenu is appointing Yoshua bin Nun, he says to Hashem in the job description, Ifkod Hashem Elokei Haruchot. He's using the phrase Elokei Haruchot, God of all spirits. Chazal are saying, what is God of all spirits? You know that the spirit and the personality of each and every individual is different. Appoint a leader. This is what Moshe Rabbenu is asking God. Appoint a leader that would be able to understand and lead each and every individual according to their spirit, each and every tribe according to their culture, to help the stars to shine. And therefore Moshe Rabbenu says, Lemanchem, for you. You needed independence. My leadership was too overwhelming. I'm like the sun. Therefore, I need to stay in the desert. Yoshua bin Nun is taking you to the land of Israel. It's very sad, it's very tragic, but Moshe Rabbenu realizes this is not my role. This is the role of Yoshua bin Nun. When we educate our children, we begin from the mindset, from the emotional place of the sun, because we give them everything. Sustenance, food, chinuch, education, we provide them with everything they need. But there's a moment, a point, when the kids are growing and becoming adolescents. And at that moment, sometimes we need to let go. We need to know how to switch from the mindset of the sun to the mindset of the moon. How to switch from the mode of authority to the mode of empowerment, from the mode of instruction to the mode of inspiration. Again, sometimes we have to set boundaries as parents. There's supposed to be very clear boundaries of what is right and what is wrong. But within the boundaries, there's lots of room for freedom, for independence, for empowerment. Because each child, each one of our children, they need their independence, they need their freedom, they have their own purpose, their own individuality. They are not our possession, they are our children, but they have their own life. We can give them direction, we can empower, we can inspire, but we need to help them to grow, to shine in their own light, not necessarily in the light that we are envisioning, because they are not our possession. They are our children, but not our possession. I wish to conclude with a poem, amazing poem of Khalil Gibran. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house them, their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you, for life goes not backwards, not tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrow may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. This is our role, to empower them to be like the moon, and then our children can shine in their own way, in their own light, and their true light is so beautiful. Shabbat Shalom and all the very best.